Hey guys, author Tara Johnson here, and I'm so excited about this project. And when Julie asked me to share with you my thoughts on ways to love your children well, I was so excited because I have 3 kids, and all 3 of them have an anxiety disorder. And so it's been tricky for me. It's been a sharp learning curve for me to figure out how to love my kids when they're in the middle of a panic attack or having a really bad day battling anxiety. Been a sharp learning curve, but we've begun to figure it out in the past year or two. So I'll give you just a few pieces of advice that we've learned. Now, my oldest daughter, when she was in her mid-teens, was going through a really hard time with negative thoughts, negative body image, different things. So I bought a dry erase board for her room. And every day when she would get up, before she would even get up, I would sneak in there and write a Bible verse on that dry erase board. Verses from like Jeremiah 1 that I had, I think the verse is something like I had made a plan before you were ever born. Verses from Psalm 139, I knit you together in your mother's womb, all your days were planned, things like that. And then underneath the verses that I picked for the day, I would write something that I admired about her. That could be something physical, like she's got beautiful eyes, or something, and even better, something about her personality, like you're always kind to people, and I so admire that. And after a while, I began to challenge her. Now, you've seen the compliment that I've given you. I want you to write your own compliment about yourself. And she was like, oh, no, I can't do this. And I was like, yes, you totally can. And it took her a while, and it took a lot of encouragement. But after a while, she began writing things that she liked about herself. One day I walked in, and I saw the verse I'd written for the day about, nothing can separate you from the love of God. And I had written something that I admired about her, and next to it she had written, I'm always kind to people, even those that are bullying me. And I think that's important. So, and soon her little dry erase board was filled up with things, and I really began to see a shift in her attitude. And I thought that was really cool. Now, my youngest son has a generalized anxiety disorder. He has no trouble with social anxiety, but he's always fearful that the worst things in the world are going to happen. And so what we did is we sat down, and he and I wrote a little song together, a song to sing to himself, to help reprogram the thinking in his mind a little bit. It's a happy song that he sings to himself. We also made a list. I said, whenever your mind is filled with all those bad negative thoughts, I want you to look through this list. And we wrote it together. And he has a column full of good thoughts. These are things that I told him, I said, you remember, Mommy always loves you. Nothing's going to change that. Daddy loves you. Your sisters love you. And it's full of people that love him and things that we admire about him. I told him, I said, you make friends so easily. You are one of the coolest kids I know. Here are some things you're good at. And they always make him smile. I had a list of truth from God's Word. God said he's never going to leave you, that you are his kid. He's watching over you. So we have that column. And we also had a column of just things that make him laugh. Watching the dogs wrestle. Watching the movie Nacho Libre. And some of the funny things from that movie. So he has all 3 columns he can go to and find encouragement, find love, and find laughter. And we have found that this silly song that we compose together and this nonstop list of things that we created together, it's constant encouragement. And every now and then we go back to our list and we add things to it. And we found that that is one of the most perfect ways that Nate feels loved, cared for, and encouraged anytime that he's having a tough time and a tough day. So I hope these things give you some ideas and ways to make your kids feel loved, whether they have anxiety or not.